every single day, the United States of America is going to become more and more of a renter's nation versus the American dream of owning a home. It's not because of interest rates. It's not because of political dilemma. It's not because of cryptocurrency crashing. It is simply due to affordability. There are multiple recent reports in the last couple weeks, and likely going to get worse months, if not years ahead, on people spending over 30% of their household income for a housing expense. Every single day, the United States of America is going to become more and more of a renter's nation versus the American dream of owning a home. Hedge funds, VC firms, and other international companies have billions, if not trillions of cash, I believe, on the sideline, ready to pour into the biggest opportunity that I'm gonna see in my lifetime as a real estate investor, and maybe in your lifetime as well. So let's come back to affordability, and let's come back to people spending over 30% of their household gross income for a housing expense. Usually, rule of thumb is if you make $100,000 a year, you should not be spending more than $30,000 a year for rent or for a mortgage payment. That being said, people every single day are getting closer and closer to spending 40, and I think we could even see up to 50% of their gross income towards that housing expense. Why is that important to know? Well, number one, your gross income is before taxes. So that's not even the income that you're actually bringing home. Better yet, if you're paying a landlord that money in rent, it's preventing the opportunity of you building equity, preventing the opportunity of you having tax write-offs, the opportunity of you having your own house, your own space. That is why affordability is my number one concern. That obviously leads to interest rates increasing, things of that nature, and home prices tank it off the last couple years. But I think that what I'm eyeballing even more is not the high interest rates, not the supply and demand issue and the shortage in most markets, but better yet, the billions or trillions of dollars that has flooded in the last couple years, but is likely going to continue to flood in with all these different things going on in the world and specifically going on in the United States. So what do? Buying a house comes with responsibility. Maybe it's great to just go rent from someone, and all those issues with the hot water heater, landscaping, all those things can be a complete distraction. And I know that firsthand because I bought my first property in 2016, and from day one, I was dealing with a bunch of chaos. Now, do I believe I made the right decision? Absolutely, which leads me to the second thing, understanding that you may have to get creative. I bought my first duplex again in 2016, and I house hacked it, which means that I lived at one side, rented out the other. So if you want to go buy a house and you want to live in there and you want to, have a family and you want to start building equity and you want to say that you own a home, do you have the time, energy, and money if a hot water heater breaks? Do you have a warranty? Do you have the right insurance? Do you understand what it takes to own a home, or better yet, own an investment property? Can you raise private money for the down payment? Can you get creative financing? Can you get seller credits to do different type of mortgage products where you have a lower interest rate, a 2-in-1 buy down, or assuming somebody else's mortgage? Check out those videos that I did previously where you can get creative financing. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and they just recently announced a $20 billion project with Intel, and there's rumors that it's gonna have an additional $80 billion of a project of other companies flooding into the market, and/or Intel may build out to be a $100 billion project. Why is this important to know? Number one, it's great because it's bringing high income jobs. It's bringing thousands of jobs and really good pay, but it's gonna lead to potentially an affordability issue. That being said, understand that's an opportunity. For me as a developer, great. There's a shortage and there's demand, and there's likely gonna be more demand. Let's go execute on that problem. But you as a buyer or as an investor that's not a developer, or looks at this as an issue that there's a shortage, where am I gonna live, where are these people gonna go? You need to find solutions, or you need to find creative routes that you can go, whether it's getting a grant, whether it's getting a first-time homebuyer program, whether it's using a different mortgage loan product that the bank came out with to help you with that down payment, or to help you get a better interest rate so you're not spending over 30% of your revenue on that house. Or better yet, this is a reality check. maybe you need to go make more income. That's a big issue and a big problem I see every single day. People are so worried about anchors in their life. They're worried about getting married too soon. They're worried about getting the best car. They're worried about going out on the weekends. They're worried about getting a house. They're worried about this whole American dream. I can tell you right now that that American dream is probably just generations of programming, and you don't need to maybe own your own place. I own millions in real estate, and guess what? I rent. Will that change in the near future? Likely so, but that's an anchor. Now I have to worry about, they just built this new cool building, or I'm building this cool project. Maybe I want to live there. Maybe I want to travel. Maybe I don't want to mow the yard or have to delegate someone to mow the yard. But better yet, I put all my time and energy into building my income. And when you focus in one area, it's going to grow. I promise you that. No income disclaimer, no financial advice, no tax advice, but what you focus on will expand. Why would I focus on getting my expenses, best case down to zero, versus getting my income to be infinite? And the last thing that I need personally is another anchor holding me down. Now, again, I do see the upside of having a family. You can film content there. You can do all these cool things at your own house. And there's a lot of value in that. Trust me, I'm not overlooking that. I'm starting to run into that same situation myself. But that's a question you need to ask yourself is why? Why not just go into a cool little community that you don't have to worry about anything, has a pool, has a gym, you can have neighbors, or you have a parking spot or a garage. You can't afford the house because you don't make any income. So go make some income, then you can reevaluate these things. If you got value from this video, share your thoughts below, and I will see you on the other side.